In this video, you'll learn how to observe people properly, not by guessing or assuming, but by paying attention to what most people miss. Observation is a skill, and when you develop it, you understand people better without needing them to explain themselves. When you know how to observe, you notice patterns, behavior, and reactions that reveal real intentions. This skill helps you in conversations, relationships, work, and everyday life. It's not about judging people. It's about awareness and understanding. By the end of this video, you'll know how to sharpen your observation skills, stay present, and read situations more clearly. Once you learn how to observe, the way you see people will never be the same. Tip 1. Stay present and fully aware. Observation begins with presence. When your mind is distracted, rushed, or focused on what to say next, you miss most of what is actually happening. Being present means giving your full attention to the moment in front of you instead of letting thoughts pull you away. When awareness is strong, small details naturally come into focus without effort. Staying present allows you to observe behavior as it unfolds in real time. You begin to notice subtle pauses, changes in tone, body movement, and emotional shifts that most people overlook. This kind of awareness is quiet and controlled. You are not trying to analyze or judge what you see. You are simply allowing information to register clearly. Presence also improves accuracy. When you are fully aware, your understanding becomes more honest and less influenced by assumptions or expectations. You stop projecting past experiences onto people and start seeing them as they are in that moment. This keeps your perception clean and your observations reliable. True observation does not require force or overthinking. It requires calm attention. The more present you are, the sharper your perception becomes. And as perception sharpens, understanding deepens naturally, allowing you to read people and situations with clarity and confidence. Tip 2. Watch actions more than words. Words are easy to control, but actions are not. People often say what sounds right, what feels safe, or what protects their image. Behavior, however, is harder to manage and more honest over time. If you want to observe someone accurately, your attention should rest on what they consistently do, not just what they claim. Actions reveal priorities. They show what someone values, where their energy goes, and how serious they are about what they say. When words and actions align, understanding becomes clear. When they don't, actions should always carry more weight. Behavior repeated over time tells a stronger story than any explanation or promise. Focusing on actions removes confusion and emotional bias. Instead of analyzing statements or tone, you observe patterns of behavior and responses. This keeps your perception grounded and realistic. You are no longer guessing intentions. You are observing them. Actions reflect habits, and habits reflect character. Quiet attention to behavior builds accurate understanding without confrontation or assumption. When you focus less on words and more on actions, observation becomes sharper, judgment becomes calmer, and clarity becomes natural. Tip 3. Notice patterns, not single moments. True observation requires patience and time. One moment, one reaction, or one behavior is never enough to understand a person fully. Everyone has emotional shifts, stressful days, and unexpected reactions. When you focus only on isolated moments, your understanding becomes incomplete and often misleading. Patterns, however, reveal consistency, and consistency reveals what is real. Observing patterns means watching behavior over time without rushing to conclusions. You begin to notice how someone usually responds, not how they react once. Repeated actions, repeated attitudes, and repeated emotional responses carry more meaning than any single event. Patterns show what comes naturally to a person and how they behave when they are not trying to control the situation. Focusing on patterns also helps you remain calm and objective. You stop reacting emotionally to small changes and start seeing the full picture. This creates balance in your observations and protects you from quick judgment. Understanding grows slowly and accurately when patience is present. Strong observation is built through consistency and awareness. When you focus on patterns instead of moments, your perception becomes deeper. Your conclusions become clearer, and your understanding becomes more reliable over time. Tip 4. Pay attention to energy and reactions. Observation goes beyond words and actions. Energy and reactions often reveal what someone is truly feeling before they ever express it. Energy is the emotional atmosphere a person carries, and reactions show how they respond when something changes or challenges them. These signals are subtle, but they are powerful. When you pay attention to energy, you notice shifts in mood, comfort, and engagement. A person's presence can feel open, tense, calm, or defensive without them saying anything. These changes often happen automatically, which makes them more honest than controlled behavior. Energy reflects inner states that are not always spoken. Reactions are just as important. How someone responds to pressure, disagreement, or unexpected situations reveals emotional control and true priorities. Reactions happen quickly, often before logic steps in. This makes them valuable for observation because they show instinctive behavior rather than planned responses. By paying attention to energy and reactions, your understanding becomes deeper and more intuitive. You are no longer relying only on visible actions. You begin to sense emotional truth beneath the surface. This level of awareness strengthens observation and helps you read people and situations with greater clarity and accuracy. Tip 5. Stay neutral and don't assume. Strong observation requires neutrality because assumptions quietly distort perception. When emotions, past experiences, or personal beliefs enter your observation, you stop seeing what is actually happening. Instead, you react to your own interpretation. Neutrality allows you to separate facts from feelings and keeps your awareness grounded in reality. Staying neutral means observing without rushing to label behavior as right or wrong. It means giving people time to reveal themselves through repeated actions instead of forming conclusions too early. When judgment is removed, your mind stays open, patient, and attentive. This openness allows information to register clearly without interference. Avoiding assumptions also protects your emotional balance. When you stop filling gaps with imagination, your reactions become calmer and more controlled. You rely on what you can consistently observe rather than on guesses or emotional impressions. This leads to more accurate understanding and fewer misunderstandings. True observation is quiet, steady, and patient. It does not rush to conclusions or seek instant certainty. When you remain neutral and avoid assumptions, perception becomes clearer, understanding becomes deeper, and responses become wiser. Neutral awareness transforms observation into insight, and insight into confidence and control. Well, Observation is not about control or judgment. It is about awareness, patience, and clarity. When you learn to stay present, watch actions, notice patterns, read energy, and remain neutral, your understanding of people becomes deeper and more accurate. The more you observe without reacting, the more clearly situations reveal themselves. You begin to see truth without forcing it and understand behavior without confusion. This awareness strengthens communication, decision-making, and self-control. True observation is a quiet skill, but a powerful one. When practiced consistently, it sharpens perception, deepens insight, and allows you to move through life with greater confidence and understanding. And if this video helped you see people more clearly, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos on awareness, mindset, and personal growth.